Once upon a time, there was a kind and gentle king who loved his people. He had a son, but unfortunately, the prince was not like his father. Instead of being kind, the prince was greedy and selfish. All he cared about was gold and jewels, and he wanted to rule the kingdom with an iron fist. But every night, the prince's greed would keep him awake. So his mother, the queen, bought him a magic lamp to help him sleep. But one day, the prince accidentally broke the lamp, and this caused the genie of wisdom to appear. "For helping me free myself from the lamp, I will grant you 3 wishes," said the genie. Now, the prince was very clever. He knew that if he wished for lots of money, then he might become greedy and never be happy. So instead, he said, "I wish for wisdom so that I know what is best for my kingdom." The genie waved his magic wand and poof, the prince was gone. In his place was a baby, yet this baby was incredibly wise. Everyone in the kingdom was very happy because now they had a wise king to lead them. However, not everyone was pleased, especially the evil advisor Morgana, who had secretly poisoned the previous king and wanted to do the same to the new one. As the king grew older, Morgana tried many times to trick him, but the king was just too smart for her. He saw through all of Morgana's plans and thwarted each one of them. Finally, Morgana realized that she would never be able to fool the king, and out of frustration, she uttered a curse. "If King Arthur were to lose his wisdom, then I would become powerful again." Suddenly, the king was struck by amnesia. He couldn't remember anything and acted as though he were a baby once more. Hearing this, Morgana laughed out loud, thinking she had one. Meanwhile, the queen was distraught. Her son had suddenly forgotten everything. Thinking quickly, she called for a wise woman to help. Together, they came up with a plan to help the king regain his memories. The wise woman gave the queen a sleeping potion and told her to give it to the king. Then she said, "Only a kiss from someone the king truly loves will break the curse." That night, the queen approached the sleeping king and leaned in for a kiss. But just then, Morgana arrived and kissed the king instead. This caused the curse to be transferred to her, and Morgana turned into a baby. The queen picked up both babies and asked the wise woman what to do. "The only way to reverse the spell is to have them switch places," she explained. So the queen left Morgana in the tower and returned home with the wise woman and King Arthur. For many years, Arthur lived happily with his parents. He grew up to be a brave and noble young man and rescued many people from danger. Meanwhile, Morgana lived alone in the tower, feeling sorry for herself. But one day, a young knight named Sir Kay came to rescue her from the tower. Kay and Morgana fell in love and eventually got married. They had a son and lived happily ever after. Many years later, King Arthur grew old, and it was time for him to pass the throne to his son. But Arthur's son was just like his grandfather. He was irresponsible and did not care about the kingdom. When Arthur passed the crown to his son, Morgana stepped in and asked if she could help rule the kingdom. Arthur agreed, and soon everything was going well. However, when Morgana went to check on her husband, she found out that he had fallen ill. Feeling guilty that she had abandoned him in the tower all those years ago, Morgana decided to make a wish. She wished for her husband to be cured, and the wish was granted. The genie of wisdom appeared and asked her, "Since you have freed me from my prison, I will grant you 3 wishes." Thinking about what to wish for, Morgana knew that she didn't need any riches or power. Instead, she wanted to help her husband become a great leader. She also wanted to punish the selfish king for forgetting about his people. So she said, "I wish for my husband to become the wisest and bravest knight in the land." Poof! The genie waved his magic wand and Sir Kay was instantly transformed. He became the most valiant and respected knight in the kingdom. Morgana's second wish was to punish the selfish king. "I wish for him to remember how to be a good leader." Poof! And the king regained all of his memories and realized how much he had neglected his people. Over time, Arthur became a better king, and the whole kingdom prospered once again. As for Morgana, she continued to help her husband rule the kingdom, and they lived happily ever after. The end. Morals of the story: never let your greed get the better of you. Be grateful for what you have, because greed only brings sorrow. Also, always remember to be kind and helpful to others, because you never know when you might need their help. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more exciting tales. We've got plenty more adventures waiting for you. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.